Today, we're not talking about your average players. No, we're going straight for the hoop dreams that turned into reality. The superstars that hit the ground running. We're diving deep into the NBA history books to uncover the top 5 greatest players who had a big impact in their first 5 seasons in the league. These young ballers didn't just step onto the court. They stormed in like a tornado of talent. But before we get deep into that, make sure you're subscribed and you've hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of our NBA content. And if you're ready, throw that thumbs up and let's get this video started. Now, kicking off our countdown at number 5 is a player who burst onto the scene with fire. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the one and only, the king himself, LeBron James. The Cavs selected him as the number 1 overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft. And in his very first regular season game, LeBron unleashed a scoring frenzy against the Sacramento Kings. He dropped a whopping 25 points, setting an NBA record for the most points ever scored by a prep-to-pro player in his debut game. After that unforgettable debut, LeBron was out to prove that he was more than just a one-hit wonder. And boy, did he deliver. He won the NBA Rookie of the Year award in 2003-2004 by scoring 20.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.9 assists per game, and became the first Cavalier to achieve this. And that following season, well, that's when LeBron stepped onto the All-Star stage for the very first time. Eastern Conference MVP right out of the gate, dropping 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And who could forget that insane game against the Toronto Raptors? LeBron went beast mode and dropped a jaw-dropping 56 points. And with averages of 27.2 points, 7.4 rebounds, 7.2 assists, and 2.2 steals per game, he earned a well-deserved spot on the All-NBA team. LeBron then made his postseason debut with a triple-double. And guess what? The Cavaliers were back in the playoff mix after a dry spell. Now, as the saying goes, even heroes have their fall from grace. LeBron's averages dipped slightly in the 2006-2007 season with 27.3 points, 6.7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1.6 steals per game. But the Cavaliers still managed to rack up 50 wins, securing the 2nd seed in the East. Playoffs were on the horizon, and the stakes were high. And then came the defining moment that would go down in history. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. LeBron delivered a performance that shook the basketball world to its core. In the dying minutes of the game, he scored a jaw-dropping 29 of Cleveland's last 30 points. The 2007-2008 season was a defining moment. LeBron wasn't just a rising star anymore. He was becoming a force of nature that the league couldn't ignore. And he snagged his 2nd All-Star Game MVP award. In that season, LeBron became the leading scorer for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Surpassing Brad Daugherty, LeBron went full throttle, claiming his first ever scoring title with an eye-popping 30 points per game. LeBron's first 5 seasons in the league were etched in the books of basketball history. He played 391 games and scored an impressive average of 27.3 points. He also had 6.9 rebounds and 6.6 assists. This showed he was not just a player, but a basketball phenomenon. The 4th entry on our list goes to the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Jordan. With the 3rd overall pick in the 1984 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls cast their spotlight on Michael Jordan. Jordan then made his NBA debut in October at Chicago Stadium, dropping 16 points like it was just another day at the office. And speaking of the office, let's talk rookie season domination. The 1984-85 season was a baptism by fire for the Bulls. And who led the charge? None other than MJ himself, averaging a jaw-dropping 28.2 points per game on 51.5% shooting. He single-handedly transformed a team that was previously drowning in mediocrity into bona fide playoff contenders. Jordan's impact was so immense that the fans themselves granted him a spot as an all-star starter in his rookie season. When he returned to the regular season, he also clinched the coveted NBA Rookie of the Year award. Now, we've entered the realm of the 1985-86 season, and let me tell you, there was a roller coaster that tested Jordan like never before. Just when Jordan was finding his rhythm, disaster struck. In the 3rd game of the season, he suffered a foot fracture that sidelined him for a staggering 64 games. But Jordan defied all odds, making a triumphant return just in time for the playoffs. In a historic showdown against the legendary Boston Celtics, Jordan gave it his all. During Game 2 of the first round, Jordan scored an incredible 63 points, breaking Elgin Baylor's record. This game went into double overtime and was against the Boston Celtics, who went on to win the NBA championship. But even that valiant effort wasn't enough to tame the unstoppable force that was the Celtics. A team that would later be hailed as one of the greatest in NBA history swept the series in 3 games. Jordan was back in action in the 1986-87 season, and this time, he meant business. The sheer numbers he racked up were mind-boggling. He scored an incredible 37.1 points per game, joining Wilt Chamberlain as the only player to reach 3,000 points in one season. Michael Jordan averaged 32.6 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 5.9 assists in 345 games in his first 5 seasons. His legacy is etched in the tapestry of basketball history, a testament to his unrivaled skill and relentless determination. The third spot on our countdown belongs to Oscar Robertson, and let me tell you, he was the epitome of basketball wizardry. When Robertson stepped onto the court, he wasn't just a player, he was a maestro, a triple threat in every sense of the word, scoring from the inside, sinking shots from downtown, and orchestrating plays like a true conductor. Now that's a complete package, my friends. As a rookie, most players usually are still finding their footing, but not Robertson. He burst into the scene as a territorial pick, averaging a stunning 30 points per game in his debut season. He made it clear that he was a force to be reckoned with. Let's break it down, shall we? Averaging an astonishing 30.5 points per game, 10.1 rebounds per game, and 9.7 assists per game, he set the bar sky high. But that's not all. He led the league in total assists per game, and true shooting percentage. And the accolades, they poured in. Not only was he named the Rookie of the Year, but he also earned a spot on the All-NBA First Team, kicking off a remarkable streak of 9 consecutive seasons. You might think the debut was a tough act to follow, but guess what? Robertson defied expectations and rewrote the rulebook the following season. After his stunning rookie year, he became the first player in NBA history to average a triple-double across the entire season. 30.8 points, 12.5 rebounds, and 11.4 assists per game. Take a moment to let that sink in. Robertson obliterated the triple-double record, notching a staggering 41 of them in a single season. That record held strong for decades, until Russell Westbrook unleashed his magic in the 2016-2017 season, 55 years later. And then came the 1963-64 season, a season that's etched in gold letters. With a 55-25 record, the Royals soared to the number 2 spot in the Eastern Division. New coach Jack McMahon brought a new strategy, getting to the line, and Robertson embraced it. He led the league in free throw percentage for the first time and came tantalizingly close to averaging yet another triple-double. Robertson's brilliance earned him the Most Valuable Player award, a testament to his unparalleled impact on the game. The playoffs were a fierce battlefield, and despite their best efforts, the Royals fell to the Celtics. Now, that's Oscar Robertson's legacy, a symphony of triple-doubles, record shattered, and MVP glory. Now, to the second spot, a spot reserved for a basketball giant who changed the game forever. It's the 1969 NBA Draft, and a young Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is set to rewrite the narrative. He was picked first overall by the Milwaukee Bucks, who were merely in their second season of existence. A franchise-changing moment? You bet it was. Kareem's arrival in Milwaukee was like a thunderclap, propelling the Bucks to second place in the NBA's Eastern Division with a remarkable 56-26 record. And oh, the moments that followed. On February 1970, he set the court ablaze, scoring 51 points in a thrilling 140-127 victory over the Supersonics. Abdul-Jabbar was an instant star, ranking second in the league in scoring, averaging 28.8 points per game, and third in rebounding with 14.5 rebounds per game. It's no surprise that he walked away with the well-deserved title of NBA Rookie of the Year. The next season was a new dawn of possibilities. The Bucks made a power move, acquiring the legendary Oscar Robertson. The ripple effect? Milwaukee emerged as a powerhouse, clinching the league's best record with a staggering 66 victories in the 1970-71 season. And then there was Kareem, taking the league by storm. He clinched his first ever NBA Most Valuable Player award, a feat he would go on to achieve 6 times. 6 times, guys. Not to mention his first scoring title with a jaw-dropping 31.7 points per game. Kareem's impact was beyond points. He led the league in total points, a staggering 2,596 of them. And he led the Bucks to clinch that NBA title, leaving the Baltimore Bullets in the dust with a 4-0 sweep in the 1971 NBA Finals. Abdul-Jabbar dominated the series, shooting an astonishing 60.5%, and his efforts earned him the well-deserved title of Finals MVP. Kareem's reign continued, his prowess unmatched. The following year, he claimed his second consecutive scoring title, a staggering 34.8 points per game. And let's not forget, he became the first player in history to snag the NBA Most Valuable Player award twice in his first 3 years. Fast forward to 1974, and Abdul-Jabbar was still unstoppable. Another MVP award, another dominant performance. He was a force to be reckoned with, excelling in scoring, rebounding, block shots, and field goal percentage. Kareem averaged 30.5 points, 15.5 rebounds, and 4.3 assists in 402 games in his first 5 seasons. Now, to the top spot. And it's a spot that's reserved for a name that reverberates through the ages. The name Wilt Chamberlain is synonymous with records, with achievements that seem almost otherworldly. This legendary center left an indelible mark. His records still stand tall even now, nearly 5 decades after he graced the court. 100 points in a single game. 118 games with at least 50 points. 55 rebounds in a single game. These aren't just statistics. They're facts that defy imagination. They're beyond belief. And the journey began in his rookie season in the 1959-60 NBA campaign. Chamberlain's name echoed across the league. He etched his place in history, recording the highest points per game for a rookie. And he became the first rookie to win the MVP award. A rookie? An MVP? Need I say more? In his second year, the show continued. The 1960-61 season saw Chamberlain maintaining his electrifying form. He led the league in scoring for the second consecutive year, putting up a jaw-dropping average of 38.4 points per game. Rebounds per game? A staggering 27.2, setting an all-time NBA record that remains untouched to this day. Let's talk about his 4th NBA season. Scoring title? Oh, he won that for the 4th time in his illustrious career. 80 games in the regular season, and he dropped a total of 3,586 points. That was average points per game in the 1962-63 NBA season was an astronomical 44.8 points per game, ranking 2nd in NBA history for a single season. 30 games with at least 50 points, 9 60-point games, and 3 70-point games. The man was a scoring machine, but it wasn't enough to snatch the coveted NBA MVP award, as Bill Russell claimed the honor for the 3rd time running. Now, let's rewind to the 1961-62 NBA season. Oh boy, this was something else. Chamberlain took scoring to a whole new stratosphere, averaging an unprecedented 50.4 points per game. Yes, 50.4, a record that stands tall to this day. And then there's that legendary night. The New York Knicks bore witness as Chamberlain scored a staggering 100 points in a single game, an NBA record that might just be the epitome of unbreakable. This, my friends, is the legacy of Wilt the Still. Now, these ballers didn't just make their presence felt. They left a legacy that'll be talked about for generations. The NBA keeps growing, and if you're as hungry for hoops as I am, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and let's keep this adrenaline-pumping journey going strong. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you on the flip side.